In running, you need a good running technique to use the best shoes. But how can we improve our running form? Say in football or swimming, they do specific exercises to improve their performance. And the same goes for running as well. It is just not that obvious here. And all you need to improve your running form is to implement special running drills into your routine. Today we will cover the most optimal and universal running workouts that will make your running form better. But before we start, we encourage you to subscribe if you like this video. Basically, we can divide all running drills into 3 blocks. Exercises for a better foot strike, hip extension exercises, and recovery phase exercises. The first block improves your landing technique, as well as develops your feet, shin, and calves muscles. You should do these drills as often as possible, especially when you're a new runner. The reason is, a foot is our cushioning system, and it absorbs the shock impact first. Well-trained feet can balance out even the most brutal mistakes during the early stages of running. The second block teaches us a proper hip extension. This running element impacts our step length, proper moving forward, and proper landing as a result. We will see many drills for both front and back thigh muscles. The third block seems easy from first sight, but it might be actually the hardest one for beginners. All physical activity involves tension, but the most important thing is to switch to the recovery phase and release this tension. So these running drills teach our body to relax for a split second, which improves our running efficiency. Let's move on and see the actual running drills. Basically, there are plenty of various exercises. For example, a simple high knee drill can have dozens of different additions. Today we will give you a basic and ultimate set of running drills that even beginners can implement into their routine. The first exercise is heel-to-toe or roll skips. It helps activate our feet and calves muscles and also improves our body balance when we do a heel strike. During the exercise, make sure you're landing on your heels. Then you should make a smooth roll to the toe. Finish with a solid push to activate your calves. There are several typical mistakes people make here, including landing on the whole foot, bumping on the toe, and weak push-off. The second drill is forefoot skips. It also activates our feet and calves muscles, but it targets and improves our forefoot strike. During the exercise, make sure you're landing on the forefoot, changing your legs in turns, and not lifting your hip too high. Typical mistakes for this running drill is landing on the whole foot, miscoordinated movement, and spreading your feet apart. The third exercise is a straight leg run. Here we develop our foot as well as outer shin muscles. This drill improves our forefoot landing under the center of gravity. During the exercise, you need to place your feet exactly under the glutes and land on the forefoot. You should also make this forward movement with pulling your feet towards yourself. Using heel or midfoot strikes and landing not under the center of gravity are typical mistakes for this drill. The next drill is walking with high knees. This exercise develops our hip extension phase and activates the front thigh and pelvic muscles. See how you should lift your feet exactly under the glutes, and you should use the whole foot for the landing. Avoid extreme angles and your toes pointing down during the peak phase. Next we have running with high knees by 50%. This drill improves our landing under the center of gravity and cadence by activating the front thigh and calves muscles. During the exercise, make sure to land on the forefoot and have a 90-degree angle at the peak point. Some of the most common mistakes are knee splitting, extreme butt kicks, and landing in front of the center of gravity. The next one is a classic high knees drill. It develops our hip extension for better running strides. This exercise activates the front thigh and calves muscles. During the exercise, make sure you have a 90-degree angle between your leg and your body. Also, your legs should stay in front of you without going under the pelvis. Typical mistakes here are splitting the knees and extreme butt kicks. The next one is the butt kicks drill. It develops our recovery phase of the running stride and also stretches the front thigh. During the drill, make sure your hip is not leaning forward and keep your kicks in the back. Also, use the forefoot landing here. Typical mistakes for this drill are low amplitudes, overall stiffness, and landing on the whole foot. Next we have side skips. This one develops our hip adductors as well as foot and calves muscles. Make sure to have a full extension during the flight phase and land on the forefoot. The most common mistakes are landing on the whole foot and little extension of the legs at the flight phase. And the last drill for today is a relaxed run. It helps us practice the recovery phase and activates feet and calves muscles. During the drill, make sure to relax all the muscles from top to bottom. Typical mistakes here are heel strikes and weak relaxation. So here it is. Now you have an ultimate set of running drills to improve your own running form. The last question here is how often you should make these drills. Of course, it is best to implement them during each training session, except for the long runs. However, even one time per week will give its results, while consistency here will dramatically improve your running technique. Be sure to subscribe and give us a like if you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned to see more running guides and shoe reviews really soon. We really hope this was helpful. If so, leave a comment and tell us what you think. But for now, that's it. Stay well and enjoy running.